All right, hello everyone. We're back for another Minecraft video. I just posted one yesterday. Today is January 31st. And I put up an extra long video yesterday after kind of trying to figure things out between my first video and that video that I put up. So I'm still rocking the same setup that I used to record yesterday, obviously. I haven't really changed anything. I did go back in though, and did make one modification actually. I noticed that my recording that I put up yesterday recorded in like 720 or something like that, not full 1080. So I went back in to my OBS to make sure that that was changed, because obviously, I want the best quality for putting out there. Well, the best quality that I can get with my setup, and I think that could be 1080. So we changed those settings and we'll give it a try. Hopefully things run smoothly today. We'll see how long of an episode we want to do today. I know I keep saying, oh, we'll do about a half hour, but maybe we'll do a little bit longer. The other thing I did go in and do is I got Fallout 76 downloaded. I got it up and running, and I tinkered with some of the settings. So initially when it booted up, it was putting me at like low settings across the board, which I wasn't surprised about, just due to the hardware that I'm dealing with. But it seemed like I was able to bump it up to at least medium settings, and it seems to run okay. So we might give that a try, or honestly, I might do some recording on the back end here just to kind of do some testers to see how everything will come through. Because obviously I don't want to put in a whole video and realize we're getting in there and nothing's loading properly. So like I said, I'll probably do some testing around that, and we'll just kind of see like what capabilities we have with the hardware we have. But for today, we're doing Minecraft. Things are taking a minute to load in, a little bit of lag here, but that's fine. So let's see where we left off yesterday. So I think we got a decent amount of resources. Let me just turn my volume down a bit on my end. So we got a decent amount of resources. We got our pick and everything like that. I think today we were going to start on some machinery, but in order to do that, I believe that I need some copper. So let me just take a look through here. What is it? At thermal. So realistically, I'm going to want to start with one of these. And yeah, we need some copper. So I think for now, oh, chicken just popped an egg down here. Let's grab that. Let's see if we get any luck. No luck. Bummer. So I want to try to get some copper, and I think the best way to do it is to actually mine. I'm going to sleep through the night here, though. It doesn't really make a difference if we're mining, but alright, cool. Y66. Let's try here. Do I have torches? I do have some torches. And I can't really see on my mini map any caves, but we might run into some. So that's what we're kind of hoping for. Oh wait, what is that? Oh, nope, amber. That's not what we need. I'll leave that there because I don't need it right now. And I just don't feel like mining it up. So hopefully we'll be able to find a decent amount of copper, because a lot of these machines take a good amount of copper. And I feel like on the plays that I've done before using this pack, it's been pretty hard to find a good amount of copper to keep up with. Oh, okay, we get a little rubber banding there. A good amount of copper to keep up with the demand that I need when crafting all these different machines. Oh, aha, that's exactly what we need. Speak of the devil. Now let's see how much we're gonna get out of this though. It would be really nice to have a grindstone to kind of, oh no, to double the production when smelting these, because we can grind them down into dust, and then we can smelt the dust and get more yield output. But unfortunately we don't have enough, well, we don't have any crystals in order to do that. Unfortunately we need some crystals, or I believe you can use this nether quartz, but obviously I only have one, so that's not going to do us any favors with only just having one piece. We need, I think, 3 pieces. So, alright, cool. We got our pick. Let's get back down here. I did bring a drink with me today, so that I'm not as parched going through this video. And look at this. This is exactly what we needed. This is a decent sized vein of copper here. I'm just drinking, what's this called? Some bubbly. It's sparkling water. I've been really getting into it because, you know, it's good obviously to stay hydrated. But you know, water can be kind of boring sometimes. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Another thing of copper. One, oh, never mind. I was about to say there's only one piece, but look at that. We got some more. And it looks like, well, I'm hearing a lot of zombies. So there's got to be a cave here. Or a spawner, because look at that. Look at all those little red dots on our mini map there. Yikes. I have a feeling it's this way. So we'll dig that way. But anyway, like I was saying, obviously, you know, it's good to stay hydrated. But a lot of times water can kind of be bland, you know? And so I really enjoy this bubbly because, you know, obviously it gives you all the benefits of having water. And then it gives you, you know, a little bit of the sparkling, so like carbonation, as well as a different flavor. So they have a bunch of different flavors. Today I'm just having a lime one. And I quite enjoy them. Where is this? Holy crap. I'm just hearing a ton of zombies. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's get some lights in here. There's a little baby down there too. Can I, don't think we'll be able to hop up. Oh, my Lanta. Alright, let's get a light in here. Holy smokes. And I do not have a sword. Let's, I'm gonna grab this while I'm here, because that is actually another piece of what I wanted. Oh, that was quartz. I guess I haven't realized that ore is also something that I could use. We'll grab this copper and iron while we're here. Because we need it. And boom. Let's get a torch down here, because with my luck, something will spawn there. Alright, back up we go. Cool, we got some of that smelted up. Probably should just smelt up the rest of that. Put these in here. What did I want to do? Oh, I was going to make a sword. That's what I was going to do. Alright. Don't know why I just took those out when I have the inventory pop up here anyway. So let's grab this. Probably dump off some of this extra blocks we don't need. Let's make some more torches. It looks like we're gonna have to get some more wood soon. Let's get some more of those. Throw in some more tiny coal. All right, cool. Heading back down. Kill some zombies. Uh-oh. Oh, there they all are. Well, there's one. There's a little guy. Alright. Come on. I see you. Oh, no! Back off. What? They can still spawn? I must need to get a torch over there, too. Alright, let's hop down real quick. Getting a torch up. Getting some torches in here. And let's just keep placing torches. That should be decent for now. This is a nice little cave we found, and there's some more copper, exactly what we need. Alright, cool beans. This will come in handy later. Oh wow, look at that. We got some copper. Stop. Worm. What is this? Used in a security station to improve the chances of hacking it. Pneumatic craft. Repressurized. Wow, I have no idea. Swapping. Got a nice repair book. Mana. This could be useful. Gunpowder. Ooh, pumpkin seeds. Nether quartz. Perfect. Alright, well, we are going to take all of this. We'll leave that chest there. We'll grab this copper since we're here. Oh, little piece left back there. Cool. Is there anything over there? No. Am I missing anything there? I think we're okay. Let me... It's a little bright in my room. Let me close my blinds a little bit here. There we go. Help me see my screen a little bit better. Perfect. Now hopefully this isn't too dark on your guys' end. Actually, let me just... Video settings. Brightness is pretty high up. I'll just turn it all the way up. I think that'll be just a little bit better in general. So, get another torch down here. I just want to make sure that you guys can see everything that's going on. I know it can be kind of hard in this game sometimes, especially if we don't have torches set down or anything like that. There's some coal up here. And now that I got all that quartz, I believe... I know I said I was going to start with thermal, but let me see... Where is that? Why can't I find this? Grind... Oh, because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to spell. That's why. Yes, perfect. So I can use that nether quartz. And... I don't know if I have to have chiseled stone or not. Or if I can just have normal stone. I think I can just do normal stone. Aha, yes, I can. Okay, perfect. And I definitely can make all this. So, let's keep going up here for a little bit. Oh my god, this is perfect. I was just saying... Oh, whew, had some loading error there. I was just saying how copper was hard for me to find before. And look at all this copper. This is insane. What is down here? Even more copper. I have a feeling that there might be some more stuff behind here. Oh, we got some crystals. Maybe? Yes. And look at that. Even more! Oh my. Okay, cool. And that's the end of it. Alright, so we're gonna make our way back. But as we do, I'm going to take a look and for ores and get them as we go. So let's get this. We are going to be set on copper for a while, especially if we get that grindstone going. That'll pretty much double, at least double, all of this that we're finding here. Get some more quartz there. Yeah, so in my previous playthroughs, whenever I made the grindstone, it wasn't with nether quartz. And I know it might be a waste. I'm sure there's probably other recipes that I could save it for to utilize it. But, I mean, this early game, it'll be really nice to be able to extend the amount of resources that I'm getting so that I can build up to that point, especially because once we get going more, we could get our nether portal going, go down into the nether, especially with Tinker's Construct. You can get cobalt, and then there's another metal that you can get in the nether that is a very good material to have for Tinker's Construct when creating weapons and tools and stuff like that. We will grab a little piece of aluminum while we're here. Let's hop up here and let's get some torches down. Oh, I hear. I was hearing something, but I think we're okay. So much copper. And I'm hearing some stuff. I'm guessing that there is a mob nearby. Don't know where it's at. I think it's over here, actually. And look at that, we found some more aluminum. And some iron. And copper, jeez. Well, this was a good direction to go in. I was getting a little nervous there when we started heading this way because I didn't think we were going to find anything and that we would have to go, try to find a different cave, but we definitely found a good setup here, getting a ton of resources. Let's grab these as well. Cool. Oh, a little too much there. Let's get another torch up. I know I'm being probably extremely generous with my torch placement. But like I said before, I want to make sure that everything comes through crystal clear and it's bright on your guys' end. So we got this going in here. I wonder, sometimes these spawners get put in here and they kind of block off additional routes to the rest of a cave system, but I am not really seeing that on my end. And we can just, oh, you know what? I don't know why I did that. I can just do that. I'm putting another torch down here in case we, just in case I additionally created a possible spot for them to spawn. That was a great system. Wow, that was a really good cave. We got a ton of ore. 49 copper. Wow, that's going to be a lot when we get it all ground up and we get smelting. Alright, let's get some food in us really quick. Perfect. And it looks like it's night out, so let's sleep the night away. Take a sip of my drink. Alright, cool. Now let's... I do need some more wood. I am extremely low on wood. And I'm a dummy. I did not craft a pickaxe, which I definitely should have done. Or not a pick, just an axe, not a pickaxe. I have a pickaxe. I swear sometimes. Let's just dump off Yeah, gunpowder, wheats, dump all that off. Don't need that. But actually, I found out in my last playthrough that I was doing on my own, if you put this into a redstone furnace, which we will make eventually, 3 of these will make 1 leather, which will come in super handy down the line. So I think we're good here. Let's try to go get some wood, because I definitely need some wood. I wish there was an easier way of doing this as well, but I think you're just gonna have to bear with me for now. Alright, that should be enough for now, just so I can create a pickaxe, or create an axe, not a pickaxe. Alright, let's do that. Boom, boom. Actually, can I use up this last piece of oak wood? I can. And that. And we are just going to make a cobblestone axe, because that will make our tree chopping life so much easier. Okay, up we go. So I was looking in today more about my PC and my possible options. And as I mentioned in the last episode, I was considering just, get all these, you know, maybe piecing my PC together, and then, you know, over time it'll kind of build up to be exactly what I want it to be. But then I was thinking about it more today, and like I'm seeing how my performance runs, like is running with, you know, OBS running and then this running as well. And it's using a lot of my CPU bandwidth, and obviously it's also, you know, working hard on my RAM as well as my GPU. And so I'm thinking more and more that it might just be more beneficial to just buy a pre-built whole rig, or to just build a whole new rig on my own. You know, get a new CPU in it, get a new graphics card, new motherboard, new everything. You know, just basically get a nice little refreshment on hardware. You know, get an SSD in my system so, you know, things can load a bit faster. Because, like, I could easily get the pieces, you know, and just do it over time, but I feel like it'll run more efficient if I just were to do everything at once, especially if it's a pre-built. You know, you kind of know that everything is supposed to work together. Well, at least you would hope. And so I had been looking at Best Buy, because they have a really good, I want to get these logs up here. They have a really good graphics card on sale right now. I was originally looking at an MSI 1660, I think it was, 6 gigabyte, and you know, it seemed really nice, but then I noticed they had a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 for a good sale, like $100 and something off. So it'd be like $480 for that graphics card, which would be super nice. Have another drink here. It'd be super nice, but again, it's kind of one of those things where, well, if I get that nice new graphics card and I stick it in my system now, you know, my CPU will still be slacking, and my motherboard is still outdated. So I'm just thinking, like, well, maybe it's the better bet to just buy a whole pre-built thing and try to get something that has a good graphics card in it. Or, you know, like, buy all the components and stick it together myself. You know, that could be another... Oh, I gotta to smelt up some stone here. That could be another viable option. I don't need that many. Let's grab like 15, that should be fine. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what my best bet would be. And I think that really might be it. As badly as I would like to just piece it together and kind of, you know, save some money over time. There's a dang zombie out here. Where is he at? I hear you. Where are you? Am I missing him? Maybe he's dead. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying, as much as I would like to just buy individual pieces and kind of spread the cost out over a certain length of time, I think realistically it's better to just go all out and update everything at one time rather than trying to, you know, stick old pieces with new pieces and just make everything work and run properly and happily together. So that's what I'm thinking. I guess, you know, my other thought was, like, realistically I could spend a decent amount to get the card, the graphics card, that probably the I'd probably get the 2070 for like $480. Stick that in and run with that for a while. Just let my CPU be as it is, let my motherboard be as it is, let everything else be the same. And then, you know, hopefully that'll help on some ends. And then down the line, as I get, you know, a little more into it, maybe we get some more views on the channel, or I feel like it's a real viable thing to be doing. Like, I could dig in and upgrade a little more, because at least getting the graphics card, it's like, okay, like, I know that probably on my own I could play games, worst case scenario, if for whatever reason the channel wasn't really working out. But I don't know. I guess I will just kind of have to play it by ear for now. I think the best bet would to just be hold off for now, and then just see, you know, see what realistically is the best way to go about it. Kind of think on it a little more. And like I've been saying, you know, if you have suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I know there's not a ton of you who are watching right now, but, you know, like I said, I'll take any suggestions. You know, I'm all ears. So anyway, let's get back to the game. So as you were probably watching, I'm hoping you were watching, I threw together the grindstone. I crafted everything we need, and now all we have to do is shift click this little wooden crank on top, and then we can open up and see the interface here. So you can put 3 different types of ores in at a time. So you know, I could put copper in, I could put tin, I'll show you, put copper, tin, and iron in, and then it'll grind all those up and we'll get dust out here. So let's do this. Let's, what do we have to hit? That's right. It is a right click in order to do this. And I'm just going to do this a little bit so you can get an idea of what kind of output we get from these. So as you saw, we had 49 pieces of copper ore in there. We're just going to let this go for a little bit. I'm just holding down the right click button right now. It is making it go. We can take a look here and see we used, what I said, 49, so we used 3 pieces already, because there's 45 here and 1 here, so there's 46 left, and we already got 6 out. So it doubled those 3 copper ore that we had into this. So used 3 copper ore, got 6 pulverized copper out of it. And from this pulverized copper, I'm just going to let that sit. Get this stone, put that in here. We will get 6 pieces of copper. And I feel like we have a decent amount of copper now, actually. So I'm going to throw in this tin, this aluminum, all that. Have some miscellaneous stuff here. Let's dump this out. Some miscellaneous blocks. Boom, boom, boom. Well, we got a ton of wood. I guess I didn't realize how much I cut down. Cool. Alright. So let's try to go back and start on our first machine, which actually isn't necessarily a machine. It is a steam dynamo. I believe that is what it's called. Yep, right here. Yep, steam dynamo. This is exactly what we want. We need a copper gear. Get one of those. We need this. And what are we missing? Silver ingot. So we gotta smelt up one of our silver. Ooh, which we didn't get much of. So I'm gonna take a quick second. Let's get these out of here. Oh. That's the one thing, unfortunately, when you get one of these ores that goes into the middle here, you cannot take it out. You have to let it go through until the end. So I'm gonna have to let this copper go all the way through. So let's just keep that going. But yeah, I want to put the silver in here so we can double it, because we only found 3 pieces and I want it to last us for a little bit until we get back down and get some more resources. Let's take a look. Got that and that. I'm just gonna pop that over there. I'm also going to pop those in there. And then let's just finish this up. And that's the end. We got 2 from that. So as you see, it's not always a 1 for 2 scenario. We put in 3 pieces and we only got 5 out. But let's get that cooking up. I'm going to put this back in here and I'll deal with that all later. And I'll grind these all probably off camera. Just because, you know, as you saw, I don't think you want to sit here seeing me crank this over and over and over and over. I mean, unless you really want to. I mean, I could just create a whole episode where we sit here for probably 2 hours just having that going. Okay, that's perfect. Let's get this going. We need that. Boom. Perfect. Grab that. And there we go. Steam dynamo. Alright, the next thing that I definitely want to get is this pulverizer. And we are missing a decent amount of stuff. So we can make exactly 2 of those. I don't think, because we found this in the mob spawner area, these copper ingots, because they're industrial craft, I don't think they work. Well, they won't automatically be pulled in for these crafting, like how those ones were just pulled in to make these gears. I don't think these ones automatically will be pulled in. So let's, what do I need for that? Oh, I need cobblestone. I put all my cobblestone away. Let's grab andesite, cobblestone, there we go. We grab this silver really quick and put it away. And what was I doing? Pulverizer, piston. Grab that. Thought I heard something there. We need this, which we're missing glass. We also need one of these though, so let's make that. And let's cook up some glass. I know we have some sand. Let's just cook it all up because glass will be important as we go. I will take this, and then I guess we need to start making some space for stuff. And of course, my pick broke. We want to make some space for these machines. So let's get that. Where's my iron? Boom. Grab that. I'm just making iron picks for now. I know I have diamonds, but just because, you know, diamonds are a little harder to get by, and all we're doing now is just we're just kind of mining for resources, and you know, we're getting cobblestone. I don't really want to be using the diamond pickaxe, so I'm just gonna stick with iron for a while until we probably get Tinker's Construct going, and we can make some more viable tools realistically. So I'm just gonna dig out a decent chunk of space here so that we can stick down our machines. And you know what? I actually want to go one more over. Dig this out a little more. This is probably bigger than what I need it for now, but I just like to have a nice big open space for when I start on these things, because they can grow really quickly in the amount of machines you have and the energy generation that you start doing. So I just want to make sure that there is a decent chunk of space here. I'm gonna keep going a little bit more actually. Yeah, there we go. We'll get this knocked out here, this last pillar, and we'll call it at that. That should be good enough for now. Get a torch up there. Yep, plenty of space. And I'm not going to worry about the floor for now. We're just going to keep it as is. We're going to get the steam dynamo put in though. I would really like to be extremely unconventional about this and have water, because you need water for this. I'd like to have water pumped in from the outside, but I'd have to get some fluid ducts going, and that could be a whole process. And this is pretty far out to the water. Yeah, that's really far out to the water there. So I'll probably just make a little water source inside. I know Sid in the first episode maybe we could utilize that, but we already started making stuff in here, so we'll just stick in here for now. So I'm actually going to carve this out here because I have plans. I have an idea in my head. We're gonna just carve this out a little more, and we'll make this little cubby here for our power generation for now. And wow, we're already at 37 minutes. Jeez, time flies. So this is gonna be for our power generation. I'm gonna throw a torch in here, and how do I want this? Realistically, I could put this here and have it pump up. Have that there. Let's actually put this here. I'm gonna put it here. I guess the orientation didn't make a difference with me placing that cobblestone. I think I need a wrench to actually do stuff with that. So as you can see in here, what you'll do is you'll put coal or any solid fuel source in here. So coal, wood, block of coal, etc., in here, and then fill it up with water over here. And there's different ways to fill it up with the water, and it will generate RF, and it'll maximum output base is 40 RF per tick. There are some redstone configurations over here. By default, it's set to ignored, which means it doesn't need a redstone signal in order to be functioning. However, you can set it to low or high if you want it to be controlled through some kind of redstone signal, be it a torch or like a lever or something like that. And then they also have augmentations, which we will get into down the line. Basically, these are just upgrades to the machines that can make them run faster, could produce more output, etc., etc. It just depends on what machine you are using. In this case, the steam dynamo. Probably put in an upgrade to make it output more RF per tick. However, I don't plan to keep with the steam dynamo for that long. We're probably going to upgrade fairly quickly to something different. So, what was I doing? I was trying to get the pulverizer. What was I missing? Glass. That's what I was missing. And we smelted that up. Cool beans. Let's get that. We're missing iron. Of course. We are just gonna smelt some of this without... I know, I could stick it in here, go through all this process, but just on the basis of time, we're just trying to get the ball rolling with things. So we do have some tin smelted up. We don't have lead. Because what we'll realistically need... Where are they? Fluid duct. That is what we want. Oh, and it's not that hard to make. Some glass and some copper. So let's get some of those. Oh, and you know what I just noticed? It did pull over one of those copper ingots. I didn't think it would, but it actually did. So I'm going to lay this out here. I know it may look weird to start. You might not know what's going on, but in due time, you'll kind of understand what the plan is. I'm also going to quickly... So planks do I have? I do. I have a ton. Jeez. Let's just get 64. I'm gonna make another chest. I'm gonna bring it down here because this is gonna be my little production area for machines. I'm gonna throw those in there because I don't need those for right now, and I don't want to lose track of them. So I got my tin ore, pulverizer. We're missing this gold. Alright, since it's one piece, I'm just going to do it really quick. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, and there we go. And we got two. Perfect. Let's throw those in there, get that cooking. Throw that there. Boom, boom, boom. Put that there for now. We need these to smelt up. In the meantime, I'm going to take some of this, make some tiny coal so I can get that thrown in there. And perfect. Okay, cool. So let's just put those over there. Pulverizer, need this. Boom, done. This, boom, done. And perfect. We have our pulverizer. So where to put this? I might, because I'm gonna output into probably a redstone block, what's it called? Energy cell, because these energy cells will hold a certain amount of RF. So the machines will only have a backfill of so much RF that it'll store, and then after that, you know, it's will stop producing once everything is kind of backfilled on RF. So you throw one of these energy cells down, and it will actually hold a certain amount of RF, so that when you do start mass smelting things, it's not like your power generation will have to catch up to that. You'll already have a ton stored. So this one actually holds 2 million, which will be perfect. And it's not too hard to make. We just need a few things. But we might save that for another episode to do that part. Because as I mentioned before, you need water to power this. And I could go out and I could scoop up in buckets. Let's put that back. I could scoop up in buckets water and bring them in manually and do it that way. However, that's obviously not the most efficient way to do that. So the plan is we're going to make an aqueous accumulator, and I will show you that in a second. But basically what it does is you stick it in around a water source or multiple water sources, and without using any power, it sucks up the water around it, and will output it. It'll either store it in an internal storage in the machine itself, or you can have it output to fluid duct, which is what we put in, and have it go right up to different machines. For example, our dynamo. So I'm going to take those really quick and throw them in here because we will need a bucket to make our water source down there. But in the meantime, I'm going to, oh, there we go, figure out what all we need. So we actually need a decent amount of iron. So we need 1, 8. Okay, we need a lot of iron actually. So let me grab some more here and just keep going at this. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but unfortunately for this machine that I want to make, we need the iron, so I'm gonna do it to be the most efficient with our iron. So yes, we're gonna get the aqueous accumulator set up. It'll start running with our water source. Once we get that, it'll output our water into the fluid ducts, which will go to our steam dynamo, and then we will stick probably just coal for now into our dynamo, and that will generate some power, which we will eventually have output into what's it called? Basically RF ducts. What are these called? Flux duct. Flux duct. Jeez, that's a mouthful. It'll output into this, which will go into one of these energy cells, which I explained earlier, and then from that energy cell we'll have more flux ducts that will go to our machines. We'll grab that. Let us put that in there. We got 10. That'll get us a good start. Bada bing. What do we need? This. We need 2 of these. Boom, boom. That's as much as we can do for now, I think. Because we need more of these. And let's see. I have 4. Why? Oh, because I'm not at my crafting table, that's why. Get this. We'll grab one of these boys. This. Grab one of these boys. And then we need tin, which we're missing. We're missing copper. I'm just bombing out now. Alright, we are not. Let me take this out and we'll throw that in there. We're gonna get this going. I also need tin. When you think you're ahead of everything, you're actually not. Alright. Again, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but we're doing it. We just have to be as productive as we possibly can. So realistically, we're sitting at 48 minutes right now, roughly. I'll probably do an hour episode. Okay, I think we're actually good. Let's get the tin going. I'll probably do an hour episode. Stop the recording. That'll be episode 2 in our series because of last time I named it. The last episode I put as 1.5, and then I'll probably actually record another episode right after this one to have a little backlog. And I might even do another one after that, just depending on what kind of time I have. I do have plans later tonight, so I might not have enough time to get another episode in. Let me see what. So it's. Yeah, I probably could get one more episode after this, and then that's it for tonight. So. Okay, cool. We have our tin, where we got our 1 thing of copper. Okay. And we need this, let's get that. Like I mentioned earlier, I was wrong about that. It did pull in those copper. I think I already said that, but just to reiterate, we'll get that. Boom. You can get that. Perfect. And I'm just going to throw that in there. We do have iron. So let us just make a quick bucket here. Boom, boom, boom. That's close enough. Buckets. Let's change out our axe. So this is going to go right there. And as you can see, it has a internal storage that will hold up to 8 buckets. And luckily for us, we are just going to go right out here. Grab some water. Oh, up here we go. I really should put some torches out here now that I think about it. I haven't really been out here too much at night, so I haven't really thought about putting torches out here. Well, I had 3 on me, so that'll do for now. I'll have to make some more. So we will get 1 there. Oof. My computer did not like that placement of water. Grab another one. Another one. I hope someone gets that reference. Well, everyone should get that reference. Well, DJ Khaled. Another one. Get another one. Get back inside here. Bada bing, bada boom. And that should have made. Let's just make sure. I know realistically it probably makes sources in general as it fills around, but I just like to double check for my own sanity. And as you can see, we got 8 buckets coming in here. Really cool. It goes up this fluid duct like this and goes into our steam dynamo. And as you can see, the steam dynamo has a backlog of 4 buckets. So I'm actually going to make, if I have the resources for it, a wrench really fast. Please, no whammies. Yes, no whammies. Change the orientation on this. Perfect. Okay, that's not what I needed to do. Let's get rid of that. I didn't realize you could take right out of here. And then we are actually going to take some of this coal and plop it right in there. And as you can see, we got our little flame going. It's burning the coal, taking the water, and it's making RF. See, it only has an internal capacity of 40,000. So it'll hold up to that much and then it will stop. So I think because I'm getting close to the hour mark, the last thing I'll do is just kind of map out where things are going to be. So I will have I might have well, you know, let's take a look at this flux duct really quick. Ooh, we do need lead. Because I might just make those really quick and then we will call it an episode. Take a little sip of my drink here. And I think 4 is enough. How many do we need? Oh, we only need 2. The dingus. Let's get that going. Plop those in there. Let's take this out and we'll just finish this one off. Perfect. Throw those back, and then throw those in there. What did I say we needed? Just 2. Alright, so once we get this one, perfect. Alright, let's make some of these boys. 6 of those. And I'll show you these. So I'm going to have one here. I'm going to put my my energy cell here probably so I can take it off pretty easily. And then I'll probably go down like this. have machine set up here. I'm going to take my pulverizer, because that's going to be our first machine, and plop it right there. And as you can see, the leadstone flux duct automatically connects here, and you can hardly see it, but it connects down there as well. If you don't want it connecting just for aesthetic purposes, you can take your wrench and you right click on that little box there and it gets rid of it. So now it's only connected at the bottom. Again, that's primarily for aesthetics. So let's take a quick look at the pulverizer, and I'll give you a quick run through on it. So over here it shows it has a 20,000 RF capacity backfill, which is pretty nice. Over here you have your augmentation, which is the upgrade like I talked about earlier. You have your redstone controls, and then over here you have your configuration. So this is where it gets interesting. As you can see on the pulverizer right now, there are different colored squares on each side. So you got red, right? Red, red, blue. There's one color on the back, and then there's color on the bottom. And that accurately reflects in this picture. So on the left you have red, on the right you have red. This is the back, so the back was red as well. The bottom is yellow, and then the top was blue. And these colors correspond to the colors over here. So this is your input, which is the blue. So anything that comes from the top will automatically get put in here because this is set to blue. Now the output, you can get two possible outputs. This is your main pulverized output, and it'll go out to any of the red. So right now all three of those are set to red. So whichever one has an output, be it through an item duct or a chest, it'll get output there. Or another machine. If you have another machine next to it, it will output to that as well. And then your secondary output is this yellow, and for right now it's set to the bottom. If you want to clear all of these settings, you just mouse what is it? Oh, I think it's shift click. Yeah, you shift click on this configuration right here, and it'll get rid of everything. So for my purposes, I'm probably going to have input from the top, and then output is going to be the side. And you can actually set it to this orange, which I think was earlier. Was that yellow? I think I might have had some things messed up. But you can understand what I was saying with this. Set it to orange and it outputs both. Obviously it'll output one before the other. So it'll output this, all of this one. Like let's say you have a furnace next to this, a redstone furnace. It'll output all of this one to the redstone furnace first. Once all that has been gone through the furnace, then it will output the bottom one. So now that my configuration is set up and this is all set up, I think we're going to call it an episode. So we're at 58 minutes. That should be a decent size episode for episode 2. Like I said, I'm going to probably go ahead and just record the next episode right away. So if you leave any comments, I might not get to them right away in the next episode. However, I will obviously take everything into consideration. And I'd love to hear any thoughts that you have, whether it's on my gameplay or anything that I've been talking about through today, my PC build, or just anything at all. Feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Really appreciate if you leave a like on the video. Helps me out a lot. If you're interested in keeping up with the series, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell notification, because it'll let you know when I have posted another video, which might be more often than what I was originally thinking. I will also have links in the description to the Feed the Beast website if you're interested in playing the mod pack along with me. So thanks again for sticking around for this episode and, trudging through it with me. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.